Hello anyone, it's your Sekai in here and welcome back to Love at First Sight. Last time we met the characters, then we helped a Cyclops girl, or something like that. We gave her a handkerchief, that's nice, right? Today we enter chapter 2 and maybe get her name. Ooh, we're moving fast, let's go. The next day, I try to clear my head as I'm walking to school, but I just can't stop thinking about that girl. I have to meet her again, I have to smell her. Learn her name. Should I leave class during the break to go look for her? I need to stalk this girl. Find her again. It's going to be difficult to leave without a good excuse, though. Everybody's going to be wondering, where are you going? Why are you in the stairs? Why are you going down the hallway? Why are you chasing after that girl? Things like that. It's going to make things really awkward for me. Maybe when school's over, I'll go to where I met her yesterday and say I just happened by. 'Cause that's normal, right? Everybody just goes into upstairs areas, right? But there's no guarantee she's going to be in the same place today. Besides, I didn't exactly handle that situation gracefully, leaving her like I was trying to run away. Definitely not the best first impression to make. Yeah, that's a fair point. Just kind of up and leaving in such a hurry like that. Yeah, especially when she looked like she was injured. I'll have to think of some excuse for going, like, I dropped my pencil and it rolled upstairs. Why did I even go to investigate her crying in the first place? I'm not even sure I know myself. Possibly because, oh no, somebody's crying, maybe they're hurt. That girl. I don't even know her name. What should I call her? Hey you? Hey One Eye? Leela? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I even think of what to call her, I have to actually find her first. Maybe I can get a hound dog. Maybe I can sniff her out. Oh wait, but I'll need an article of her clothing. I have to go rummaging through her bins now. I'll ask her name, introduce myself, and that'll probably be good enough. She'll probably think I'm some kind of freak, but I guess that's fine. At least I'll know her name and I can finally start stalking her. Be good with that. Maybe if I just talk to her, it'll lighten some of the tension between us, and I can finally get a little bit of closure. Maybe she won't be running through my mind constantly, and I can actually focus on following her around. Meanwhile, at the school, I look up to find I've arrived at school. Holy cow, how did I get here? Am I magic? Looks like I was on autopilot again. So, are we going to have a moment in this where he's gone on autopilot and just winds up somewhere off in the middle of town or something? I get inside, change my shoes, and head up to the second floor where my classroom is. And then I keep going up to where the girl was before, but she's not there. And so then I went to class. As I walk up the stairs, I see something strange moving out of the corner of my eye. It's an assassin, here to kill me. Oh crap. Question mark? Dun dun dun. The one-eyed assassin. Oh wait, it's just that girl. Peeking around the corner of the connecting hallway is a head of brown hair. It's the girl I've been seeing in my mind all morning. Holy crap. If I think about girls and they appear, maybe I should think about large sums of money. Diamonds, riches, that new game system that I've been wanting. I seem to be the only one who notices her head popping around the corner. She must think that pose will keep her totally hidden, as if she's in a manga or something. But she really does stand out, at least to me. She's moving her eye around frantically, and sure enough, she picks me out from within the sparse crowd. I'm so surprised to see her, all I can think is, why is a first-year student on the second-year floor, before she hurries up to me? That's your first thought?
Here.
She hands me a familiar handkerchief. That's right, I had totally forgotten that I lent it to her yesterday. I take the handkerchief, which she's folded neatly into a perfect square. I think she's even washed it.
Yesterday. Thank you.
As soon as she says this in her tiny voice, she runs down the stairs and vanishes around the corner, screaming the entire way. Hold on, wait. Oh, she's gone. I can't stop myself from calling out, but the morning bell rings, drowning out my voice for me. Oh well, I head to my classroom. The lunch bell rings. I stash my book in my desk and bolt out of the classroom. I must find her now! Where are you, one-eyed girl? She freaks out when she sees me, and she runs away screaming again. I didn't even get to thank that girl for washing my handkerchief. So now I've got an excuse. I must find her so I can say thanks and then make idle conversation. I go to look for her to say what I wanted to earlier. I have a good excuse to talk to her now. I can't let this chance slip away. I arrive at the end of the hallway, but instead of going down to the first-year classrooms, I head up the stairs. Yep, I've seen a lot of stairs in my time. Those are some stairs, alright. I don't know for sure, but I think there's a good chance she's going to be up here where I met her yesterday. Well, even if she's not, I can just look elsewhere. I get to the 3rd floor and keep going up, all the way up the stairs that lead to the roof. Hey, just talking to the stairs now? Alright. Dun dun dun! Exclamation point! Just like yesterday, she's sitting on the same step at the top of the stairs. I see her shoulders jolt when she hears my voice, and she looks up at me. Her mouth is opening and closing rapidly, but no words are coming out. I think she's casting a spell on me. Should I run? Should I hide? Is there any way to get away from this? She clearly wants to say something, but she can't find the words. Oh, phew. I thought she was going to curse me. She's in the same position I was in yesterday, it seems, at a loss for words. Thanks for washing my handkerchief. I didn't get a chance to say it earlier because you ran away screaming. Fortunately, you left a trail of yellow liquid on the floor and I was able to follow that to you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of confusion in her soft voice. The fact that she's looking everywhere but my face tells me she's not sure what to do. Well, I mean, she looks a little bit roughed up. She seems nervous around people, socially awkward. Yeah, she's probably freaking out right now. In her mind, she's screaming. I'm obviously making her uncomfortable, but I'm not going to run away like I did yesterday. I have to stay here, make idle conversation, and make her as awkward as humanly possible. I must! So this is where you eat your lunch, huh? Do you mind if I join you? Mind if I invite myself? I say this as gently as possible as I notice the lunchbox she's got perched on her knees. That's a good place to put it, I guess, lacking a table or anything. Yeah, if you're going somewhere during lunchtime, you're probably bringing your lunch as well. While we're talking, I take out my own lunch. Now that I think about it, I don't know if she has any other friends to eat lunch with, being a loner and some girl that I just met.
Huh? Oh, no.
Her answer comes too quickly, and I wonder if she really means it. Her eye starts darting wildly around the corner in an effort to avoid making eye contact, and then it bounces off the walls and the floors. Oh man, her eye is really darting around, isn't it? Should I catch it? Should I leave it to her? Is it magic? I don't know what to do here, this is very awkward. She begins to look even more nervous. Thanks. I'll just sit down on these steps, right next to you. You don't mind if my shoulder touches your shoulder, does it? Is this awkward for you? She didn't tell me to go away, at least. I take a seat next to her and unpack my lunch. Personally, I would have given her a little bit more space than that. You know, sit a few steps up, a few steps down, something like that. Personal space. Yeah, that eye. She's incredibly nervous. This seems to startle her, and she leans away from me as if she's trying to escape. I sat next to her, but it's not like I'm that close to her. I'm a little offended. Hey now. I mean, she's clearly very nervous about all of this. Again, maybe give her some space. While I'm unpacking my lunch, I look her over as casually as I can manage, and then I whisper into her ear, "You smell nice." Up until now, I was fixated on her eye, but the rest of her appearance is pretty striking as well. Is this his view of her right now? 'Cause he is incredibly close, if so. Her head is covered in bandages, her hair is messy and unkempt, her uniform looks like it's been ripped apart and only partially stitched back together. I catch glimpses of the skin on her shoulders and stomach, and it looks far from normal. It's like oozing and pulsating and scaly, I think. It's weird. I notice that she has bruises, or maybe birthmarks, I'm not sure which, all over her legs, her neck, and anywhere else I can see. The skin on her dainty limbs looks white as a ghost's. She doesn't look healthy by any standard. Oh gee, guy, compliment her, why don't you? Is that? Suddenly our eyes meet. Love at first sight. I guess I was staring too obviously. She slaps me, sends me flying across the hallway. I break my neck. Game over.
Exclamation.
We quickly break eye contact, but she keeps shooting me sidelong glances like she's worried I'll attack her or something. I'm clutching my chopsticks like I'm going to stab her in the eye, but my lunch remains untouched. I should really stab her in the eye, eat food. The long silence is getting uncomfortable. I try to strike up some conversation. Come to think of it, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Fukunaga Mamoru. What's your name?
It's Usui Sachi.
Sachi, huh? Nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Looks like she's not too talkative. Though I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I have to keep the conversation going somehow. We must make this as awkward for her as possible. Do you always eat lunch up here? Does anyone else ever come up with you or anything?
Yes, I always eat here. No one else comes with me.
Maybe that was too forward. A little bit creepy, maybe. Like I was trying to get a profile of her so I could stalk her? No, that would be silly, right? I'm not gonna stalk you, right? Maybe? Maybe later? No, that's bad. But the fact that no one else comes up here with her isn't too surprising. She's probably always alone. She shifts her attention onto me, watching me cautiously. Is she that afraid of me touching her? I see. So what do you do during lunch break then?
I eat. What do you think? Read, finish homework, a few other things.
Oh, really? What kind of book are you reading? I haven't really read any novels lately.
Sorry.
Sachi cries out abruptly, her voice rising like she's about to lose her mind.
My lunch. I mean, I'm done. So, excuse me.
No sooner does she say this than she scoops up her almost untouched lunchbox and runs down the stairs, leaving a trail of yellow liquid behind. I can't really chase after her with my lunchbox sitting open in my legs, so she leaves me behind. How rude! I've just been run out on, and silence falls over the stairwell. I guess trying to force conversation like that backfired. You think? I mean, the girl was already super nervous around you, had trouble talking, everything, like you should have just left it at, "Hi, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. What's your name? Cool, well, thanks for the hanky," and then just left. Sachi only ever replied to my questions with a few words at a time, but she kept looking over at me with her worried eye. Did I really make her that uneasy? Probably. Is it that hard for her to open up to me? Probably. This girl seems to lead a very troubled life, and I might not ever be able to get close to her. No, that's just silly. Just because I had one unsuccessful experiment doesn't mean I should give up. I must speak with her again. I must follow her around. Before, I thought that I'd be satisfied if I just spoke with her once, learn her name, get a few questions in. But no. Now I have an overwhelming desire to get to know her. I must peel away her skin and wear her like a suit. I mean, see what her hobbies are. I have to become friends with her now, no matter what. I can't give up. I have to keep trying. She will be my friend whether she likes it or not. Yeah, well, being enthusiastic about it is one thing, but there's nothing I can do right now. I have to eat food. While I think of a way to meet her again, I finish off what's left of my lunch. Dots. But it's so quiet here now. I thought that no matter where in the school you were during lunchtime, you would be able to hear the students' lively voices, but they barely reach this lonely place. It's like I'm in another world. Sounds nice. The voices of the students talking down below are so quiet that the sound of my chopsticks clicking against my lunchbox is like a hammer on stone. Even the sound of my shirt rustling as I move is like the howling of the wind in comparison. Sounds nice. How can she eat like this every day? Some people like peace and quiet. That might be one reason. Dots. As I close my emptied lunchbox, I make up my mind. I absolutely have to become friends with her, even if by force. Returning to my classroom, I catch Tomo and Akemi just as they're finishing their lunches. Am I gonna get slapped by her now, because I wasn't with her every waking moment of the day?
Hey, where'd you go? The two of us ate our lunches together all alone.
You were together? I was not all alone. Come to think of it, I never said anything to them as I left. I just sort of got up and left mid-conversation. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, my bad. I finished my lunch too. Where'd you run off to? Hey, have you guys ever seen a first-year girl with, a really unusual appearance?
What do you mean by that?
You know, giant hands, loud voice, a first-year girl, the one with the ocular issue. Yeah, that sounds like her.
What? What are you talking about? Something I don't know about? Tell me. Don't ignore me.
Oh, this probably isn't something you'd want to hear. It's not really a happy story.
Well, rude. You shouldn't keep things from your friends, especially me. I'm nosy and I need attention constantly or I die.
That's not what I meant, but... Anyway, why do you want to know about her? No reason. I just heard about her and was curious is all. Do you know her? Personally, no. I've seen her around, but I've never talked to her. As for what I've heard about her, I'm not sure if it's true or not. It might all just be baseless rumors. That's fine, just tell me what you do know. What's her favorite food? What's her favorite color? Where does she go to the park? When is she alone? Are you sure you really want to know? Tomo looks side to side as if he wants to make sure no one else is listening, even though the three of us are all alone in here. Yeah? Alright. Don't say I didn't warn you. He promptly turns away from me and stares at the floor. He looks as though he's staring into another dimension. I knew it! He's a magic psychic zombie guy. He's peering into the void to get the information. Fine, but take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. A first-year student in Class 2, female, name Usui something. I only remember her family name, but she only has one eye.
Wait, one eye? You mean she lost one in an accident? Did she lose it in the war?
She didn't lose one. She only ever had one. Right in the middle of her face, one big eye.
What? You mean she was born that way? What a freak! We should go find her and pick on her.
I don't know the details, but it seems that she was. I've only ever seen her from afar, but I don't really think it was an injury.
There's really a person like that in one of the first-year classes? I've never seen her or even heard about her, not once. And I know everybody. I make it a point. I go around pestering them as much as I can.
Well, we are in a different year from her, but regardless, I guess she's trying hard to stay hidden, both from the other students and from herself. What do you mean she's trying to stay hidden from herself? How do you stay hidden from yourself? That seems hard. I told you it wasn't a happy story. Tomo takes a quick glance at Akemi. He seems worried to have said so much about Sachi around her, though it's not like I forced him to tell me. Yesterday he avoided the subject of the school's celebrities. Was that because he didn't want to talk about Sachi? That's all I've heard, but she does have a startling appearance. She's definitely not normal. Maybe she's creepy, maybe not, but you have to admit at the very least, she's unusual. She's fascinating to some and scary to others. I'm sure there are plenty more who find her disturbing. Dots. From what I hear, she's always covered in wounds. It's hard to believe they're all accidental, considering how many she has.
So in that case, could they be from falling downstairs or running into doors? That's gotta be it, right?
Someone beating her up? The more logical explanation? If someone at her home is hurting her, I couldn't tell you. But there is a real possibility that she's being bullied at school because she's different. Dots. Could that be it? Before, I wasn't sure what caused all of her injuries, but thinking back, what Tomo's saying makes sense. Doesn't anyone try to protect her? I told you, all I know is rumors, not details. But... There's another student who's also a little famous, and I think she's the one responsible for bullying the girl. Akemi's being very quiet during all of this. Doesn't she normally interrupt?
It's not Rui-chan, is it?
Ah, there we go. This catches me off guard. Akemi, normally so loud, speaks in a hushed tone. Ooh, alright, so there is something going on. Now that I think about it, she's been abnormally quiet. Yeah, we're on the same track here. She's been abnormally quiet the whole time Tomo's been telling us about Sachi. I always figured Akemi would be the first to denounce bullying whenever she sees it, but do you know her? I wouldn't say we know her per se. We just ran into her several times during middle school. She beat the crap out of me so many times. Doesn't that mean they know her, or at least acquaintances? Akemi seems to be staring into space now, thinking. Anyway, whether or not we know her doesn't really matter, but yes, the alleged assailant is this girl, Sadokawa Rui. I've heard that she's from a well-off household and was pampered growing up. As a result, she's very self-centered. That's the impression I got when I first met her, but there's probably more to it than that. She's really popular among other students as well. That also contributes to her behavior, or at least I think so. I see. Thanks for telling me. I can find out the truth about this on my own later on, but I think I'm starting to understand more of the situation now. So, what do you think of this one-eyed girl? You think she's cute? You want to meet her? As Tomo said, the fact is that Sachi is very unusual, and I'm curious to know what he thinks about her. Depending on his response, I may have to change my plans and stalk her a bit more aggressively. I mean, be very careful around her. I just told you what I think. Weren't you listening? So tell me, what were you doing during lunch? Were you stalking her? Should we call the police? I didn't plan on hiding it, but I guess I couldn't have anyway. Tomo seems to understand what I was getting at. I can't fool you. Smart guy. You made it too obvious. Clearly. As I said before, I only have trivial information. You shouldn't judge a book by her cover, so to speak. I haven't concerned myself with her until now because I didn't have any reason to. That said, if you want to help her out, you've got my support. I see. Well, thanks. You're an alright guy, Tomo. I didn't think there'd be any problems, but still, I'm glad Tomo's so eager to help. You can just see it all over his face. I keep my face expressionless, but I breathe an internal sigh of relief. Ah, there she is. I was just going to say, what about Akemi? She's, still very quiet.
Wait. Did you actually meet this girl, Makun?
Maybe. Akemi quickly returns to her previous loud demeanor. Yeah, I did.
No fair. I want to make friends with this girl too. Makun, introduce me.
Yep, Akemi's back to her old self. The way she was acting before was so unlike her. She seemed worried when Sadokawa and her bullying came up, but now it seems like she wasn't even here for that part of the conversation. At least I don't have to worry about Akemi being nice to Sachi if they ever did meet. She'd probably freak the poor girl out and make her run away screaming again. She's so friendly. I'm not sure how I would do that. I mean, I'm not even really friends with her.
Come on, what are you trying to say?
I mean, it's just, she's not used to talking with people, and I think talking to somebody like you would be really overwhelming for her. Again, you'd freak her out, she would run away screaming.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't want me to meet her? That's definitely not fair.
It's because your voice is capable of leveling buildings.
Hey, come on. It's not like I'm going to be giving a speech to a huge audience. It's no exaggeration to say I'm a professional having super relaxed conversations with guys, girls, kids, and even dogs, cats, and lizards.
It's definitely an exaggeration. You're intimidating with that loud voice of yours, and that meeting is going to end with that girl running away in tears. That's right. I know these two are good people, and as much as I want to introduce them to Sachi, I don't think suddenly coming by with two more people is a good idea when she barely even knows me. Yeah, she ran away almost in tears with just you around. Then again, personal space, you just kind of plopped down right next to her and made her super nervous. Having these two, probably a bit scary.
Boo! What about Tomo then?
I don't think that would work either. Don't you think she'd be just a little scared if two guys she didn't really know walked up to her and started talking to her? Yeah, I can see how that would cause issues. She pouts at Tomo. He's right. I don't exactly have the friendliest face. It's safest if you just meet with her on your own for a little while. It's true. He's really tall and he's always had somewhat of a strange look in his eyes, like he wants to eat people's brains. I probably scare her enough all on my own, being an eldritch creature, but if I brought Tomo along, she'd probably scream and run away. Right? That's what I've been saying the whole time. Sorry, you two.
Fine, I get it. I'll give you a little while. But someday, maybe tomorrow, you have to introduce me.
Sure, I promise. Good luck. If you need help, just ask us. Thanks. If it comes to that, I'll gladly take your offer. You're alright, Tomo. Fade to black. Aha! End of chapter. This is what it did last time. Oh. I think that was supposed to read Act 3. There may be a slight issue with the art. Well, that was somewhat eventful, sort of. We got a name out of the girl at least, so that was nice. Plus a little bit of insight into what else is going on, so I'm curious what's going to happen next time. But anywho, this has been Love at First Sight. I hope you've enjoyed reading. If you did, then give the like button a tap. And if you want to see more like this or more from me, then give the subscribe button a big thumbs up. I will see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy.